Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. You guys know I love precious metals, more specifically silver, and I love to educate about silver, especially where prices are headed and also why they're headed in this direction. This is talking about the rising demand in silver because of this new technology. We're advancing into a new technological era, and since silver is the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity, it's used for so many things, it's going to be needed more and more. So as the demand rises and the supply diminishes, it's going to shoot the price up. So this article from Forbes will be in the description if you want to check it out yourself. With that said, let's jump into it. So the price of silver soared in May, jumping more than 19% on safe haven demand, as well as increased expectations on a swift economic recovery, given its many industrial applications. And that's not only was this silver's best month since 2011, but it also marked an impressive turnaround for the white metal that just recently plunged to a more than 10-year low. It went from $11.72 all the way up to mid-$18. From March 18th through June 1st of this year, silver soared more than 52%, erasing all of its losses due to the virus pandemic. So people are questioning, did silver price explode? I don't know what else you could call that besides a price explosion, from $11 all the way up to mid-$18. That's definitely an explosion. That's a skyrocketing silver price, especially for a precious metal like silver. So the question now is whether the rally can continue along with economic improvement or whether it's too late to start participating. I believe there's still a lot of runaway left, especially when you consider the growing need for silver in emerging technologies such as 5G wireless networks and photovoltaic cells, the building blocks for solar panels. And you also have electric vehicles, which is widely going to be used for silver, and we're definitely going into electric vehicle era where every car in 30, 40 years is going to be an EV. And silver is widely used in that as well. So silver ETF holdings at all-time highs. Silver started June in overbought territory based on the 14-day Relative Strength Index, or the RSI. But that didn't seem to deter investors. Global ETFs backed by physical silver have added some 142 million ounces since the metal dipped below $12 an ounce since mid-March. Holdings now stand at an incredible 746 million ounces, the most on record according to Bloomberg data. Interestingly, if you look at the chart below, silver ETF holdings appear to have begun tracking the price not of silver but of gold. This suggests to me that some investors are using the white metal as a more affordable safe haven and diversifier than gold, but there's more to the story. Increased silver demand in industrial applications, most notably silver. Like copper, nickel, lithium, cobalt, and other metals, silver is set to become a major beneficiary of emerging industrial applications. That includes sources of renewable energy, the solar specifically, which continues to ramp up around the globe in response to a combination of carbon emissions legislation and a rapid decrease of the cost of green electricity. According to a recent report by CRU Consulting, solar power generation will increase to 1,053 terawatts an hour by 2025, close to double the amount that was generated in 2019. Amazon alone is planning 5 major solar projects around the world, including its first in China, as the retail giant seeks to reach 80% renewable energy by 2024 and 100% by 2030. Once completed, these 5 projects will generate 1.2 million megawatts an hour of energy. That's enough power. That's enough to power 113,000 average U.S. homes, according to a press release. So if you see where this is going, it's leading towards we need more and more silver. Not that we want more and more silver, we need it. I expect this to be a huge boon for silver, which is used to manufacture the all-important PV cells found in solar panels. Between now and 2030, PV manufacturers are projected to consume a staggering 888 million ounces of silver, according to CRU. So silver demand is not going anywhere. The supply is diminishing. The supply has been short. We saw a silver shortage. We saw American Eagle, the American Mint run out of American Eagles. The U.S. Mint run out of American Eagles. Shutting down silver mines. Gold is more profitable, so they're digging up more gold, finding silver as a byproduct from gold, lead, and zinc. So put that in perspective. That's 51.5 million ounces more than combined output from global silver mines in 2019. But there are other technologies on the horizon that will require vast amounts of the white metal. The global rollout of 5G technology, still in the very early stages, will increase production for goods such as semiconductor chips, cabling, micro electromechanical systems, or MEMS, Internet of Things, enabled devices, all of which require silver. In 2019, the amount of silver used in applications stood at 7.5 million ounces, or 0.75% of the annual output. By 2025, that amount could more than double, 16 million ounces, and by 2030, triple to 23 million ounces, according to estimates by the Precious Metals Commodity Management. So that was insanely bullish information. If you've been reading along with me and realizing what I'm saying, silver is going to not only be needed more and more and more, but it's used for more and more and more things. So I don't see how, investing 101, low supply, high demand shoots the price up. Silver is extremely scarce. It comes out of the ground roughly 8-to-1 compared to gold. Gold is used more for coins, jewelry, necklaces, earrings, stuff like that. So a lot of gold is recycled because people go to the pawn shops and they scrap this stuff. Silver, on the other hand, is lost in technology. Silver is lost in technology. So even though it comes out of the ground roughly 8-to-1, it's actually lower than that because most silver that's used is lost, not to be recovered, recycled, re-scrapped like gold is. So even though we're digging up silver, that silver is not going to be reused, so the ratio is much lower. So we see that global production, especially in the last year, has been ground to a halt because of the virus. Mexico and Peru, they accumulate 40% of the global silver production. They had to put things to a halt, and even starting back up, they're still not up to par because of all the safety constraints. So silver miners on a tear. Obviously, there are ways to get exposure to silver than buying physical bullion and silver-backed ETFs. Those include silver miners themselves if you can stomach the extra volatility. Silver producers had a below-average first quarter compared to gold miners, with production plunging even before this virus led to the closure of mines. This had a negative effect on revenue. And I've been talking about this way before this virus, how silver production's been going to a halt, how silver's not profitable, so they're not digging it up. They're chasing the greenback. They're digging up things that's going to make them money. And if silver prices aren't extremely high, they're not going to dig it out the ground. They're going to dig out the ground. They're looking for gold. They're not looking for silver. There's actually few focal silver mines. It's found by accident. So that's going to be extremely we have to think about that heading forwards. I explained how much we need silver, not want silver, but we need silver. And they aren't even really focusing on silver, digging it out the ground. The consequences are going to be astonishing, and it only leads to more bullish silver prices. So even so, a number of silver miners have performed very well, especially following the market lows in March. Among our favorites are Silvercrest Metals, up an incredible 105.8% over the last 12 months, Pan American Silver up 142%, and First Majestic Silver up 56%. So I hope you were able to follow along with this, because it really does show a lot. It explains a lot of where something is headed. If you're investing into something, you want to look where that investment is headed in the future. Just like real estate, if you're buying property, you're going to buy a house to resell it or flip it. You want to look at the property value, but you want to look at the city around it. Are they tearing schools down, or are they building schools? Are they tearing malls down, or are they building malls? Then you can get an idea if the property value is going to rise or fall. Silver looks like everything is going to be needing silver, especially the technological era we're advancing in, making it more profitable because you buy it low right now, and in the future, as supply keeps crunching down, as we've seen over the last 10 years by the hundreds of millions of ounces, the demand's going to kick up in 5G and electric vehicles and photovoltaic cells, for solar panels, for everything that's needed in the world of silver. Then you get prices that are higher. And you ask, who's going to pay $50 for an ounce of silver? I'm not. Well, you better believe these companies will. If you want the newest, latest iPhone, you better hope they do. it's going to be a necessity, not a want, but a necessity, a need. And that's why people are still going to be paying for it. Plus, it's herd mentality, just like people paid $20,000 for a single Bitcoin. You would never think people would do that, but once prices rise, then everyone's talking about it. YouTube videos are made, your friends and family, your neighbors, on the news, and you want to get a piece of that pie, and you invest in thinking it's going to go higher. Just like in 2011 when silver was $50, most people invested then thinking it's going to go to $100. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you thought this video was educational, informational, or at least just entertaining, make sure to smash that like button. Let's see if this video can get 200 likes. Everyone like the video right now. This is definitely information we all need to know and share. I hope you enjoyed this video. The link to this article from Forbes will be in the description. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.